If I let you walk a mile in my shoes, do you think that you could make it? This happiness, it wasn't free, so I had to take it. I work hard and play harder. Tough lessons, I'm smarter. When it come to me, you know I always put me first. I got that top shelf preservation, living life, no hesitation. Only God can judge me, and He made me this way. So before you judge a book, go on and crack the cover. I'ma thrive, I'ma shine, baby. Winter, fall, or summer, come on. I'm living my life, living my best life, baby. Living my life with no apology. I'm living my life, living my best life, baby. Living my life, living my life for me. I'm living my life, living my best life, baby. Living my life with no apology. I'm living my life, living my best life, baby. Living my life, living my life for me.
TRANSworld Atlanta!
So glad to have you guys here with us. Like, we all know y'all our first guests, right? When we called y'all here, because of course we got some stuff we need to talk about. Right? Like, we live in a world and all that's going on in this world, people have such a misconception about who we are. I got a baby. A whole baby.
Not just a baby. When I pushed out.
I can take you to the city where I reside. I can show you where it started, no flex. Trying to get the spaceship.
What about we put together a show?
Money popping out my pockets, I can't
And I heard about the Marquette.
This is Tangela, and she is the life of her husband's trans man.
One of the things I've taught my children is to live out loud and to take up space.
Put the all on your coat. What you do? Once I fall, you gon' ghost me. Let me take you on a mission. I pull up and your main start tripping. Tell your friends how you met somebody different. I pull up for you, I pull up for you, baby, yeah. Let me take you on a mission. I pull up and your main start tripping. Tell your friends how you met somebody different. I pull up for you, I pull up for you, baby, yeah. Got too many numbers, I ain't lonely. And I pull up like I'm Kobe. I ain't with the games, I ain't Sony. People.
Man, this retreat has been amazing. I took away some good points, mostly feeling like I'm not alone in some of the issues that me and my partner go through, or just some of the things that I've been through. As the youngest person, the youngest and the newest person a part of the group, I feel honored just to be here. I feel like I got to learn a lot from, I don't want to say the word elders. I'm going to say it though, because they older than me. But really though, like I feel I've been embraced and have found community and family in a way that I have been missing. And I've been just so happy to be here and to be able to learn, and be able to heal and grow with my partner and with my brothers.
So this weekend was beyond, I won't even say beyond, above what I could have even thought it would have been. I knew of the people that we came with. I now feel like those people are my family. To be able to share the way that we have, to have people that love and care on you, to have people that is not afraid to, help you do a little makeup or help you do your hair a little bit, but most of all, give you the space and the openness to just be who you are and to explore that and to feel affirmed in that. I feel rejuvenated, and not just rejuvenated, I feel like my voltage and my light bulb has increased significantly. So I'm so thankful to Malik and Raquel. I am more in love with Jamel, and I am excited about my new family.
We rose from concrete, out the jungle. Sometimes we fell off, at times we stumbled, but we always seem to find our balance. We always seem to find our balance. And in life, real love can be a challenge. form of happiness I felt. I swear I never felt so happy. And it warms my soul so deeply I could melt. I'm having your baby. You're having my baby. I'm having your baby. My baby.
For me, it's about giving folks hope, giving folks that were born male but are very feminine hope that you can find love, letting them know that being yourself is okay, and that that's how you find people that would truly love you, because there are real people that will love all of you. And also with hope, a lot of people like to drop the P because they don't have any hope, and then just end up hoeing. That's actually my story. But
That's the story.
but
From the hoe to the home.
sure. Yes, we do. Come on. Now, baby, did you think that when we went into the hospital that we would leave with you having given birth?
You talking about 10 days later?
Okay.
That whole process was crazy. Like, I'm just thinking about it. From the moment I got there, I knew my blood pressure was high. I knew they was worried about preeclampsia, all of that. But I thought everything would be taken care of because we had gone through that before.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, nah, we got to keep you. We got to monitor you. And then they were like, we got to monitor you.
Oh.
And then we got to
Come here, baby.
I got strawberry.
Mm-hmm. I ain't get it though.
That's how we got here in this situation.
I know.
I still got strawberry in my
You
face.
it's still all on there.
Can you get it off?
Oh.
Can you just use your hand?
Oh, fine.
I don't think I've ever felt so safe, so loved, and so cared for. When I tell you that Fonz labored with me that entire time until our son was born, it was an experience like no other. But you know what? I will say that I'm glad that we stayed there, because if I had gone home, I would have been inconsistent with checking my blood pressures, and God knows what would have happened. But I tell you, boy, what I really did not expect was that labor process. So I labored for 38 hours. The first 5 were very intense, and then I got an epidural, and then my epidural line broke, and I had to get another epidural. But in between that break and the second epidural, I had this excruciating pain in my left hip, something I've never felt, never want to feel again. And I literally just started screaming and crying. Now, I was so worried because, I really want C to have autonomy. I want him to have autonomy over his life from the very beginning. And so the idea of like induction, it scared me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to bring our child into this world from the beginning without him having autonomy or say over how he moves. And so my idea, I thought it would be really quick. And then they induced me. Remember, I was already 3 centimeters, so
Yeah.
which was crazy in itself. And I was like, oh, this is about to go so fast. And then 24 hours passed. And how long? I think it lasted about 5 hours before epidural. I hate pain. I do not like pain. I think when it got very real for me was when I got to a place where I was so exhausted and I wasn't dilating anymore. And Alphonso came in, he grabbed me and he held me so close and he put his forehead against mine, and I can't remember what he was saying, but it was so gentle and yet it was so firm. And I knew in that moment that I never had to be alone again as long as we continued to put in the work.
Yeah, at that point his epidural had fallen out, and I could tell there was a difference because he was starting to get a lot more feeling in his legs. And I was just telling him, hold on, baby, you got this. I mean, we created affirmations, and one of them was that your body is strong enough to do this. You are strong enough to do this. I remember you are one of the strongest people that I know, and not just for going into labor, but just for living out his life the way that he has. So if God has brought you to this moment, God's not gonna leave you in the moment. So hold on, baby, I'm here with you. We got you. We had an amazing hospital team. They were all there supportive and encouraging. So it was a lot of just, baby, you got this. You got this. We got this. We're here together. You can do this. Somebody said you have to remember that in the moment, because there's going to be a point where you're going to want to give up and you're going to want to stop. You can do this. And you did. So we just got transferred to labor and delivery. As you can see, Papa's a little tired. He's been going through a lot today. We finally made it. Look at the little baby unit thing.
It's almost your birthday, C.
It's almost your birthday, C.
That little Taurus baby.
We can't wait to meet you.
So excited.
You've been in there kicking up a storm too. We can see you coming through Papa's stomach. Right. We will be patient. We know we're going against the grain a little bit, but it's all right. We're going to make it through. We love you. We can't wait to meet you. And we'll see you soon!
And I just started meditating. And I feel like I went into this whole other world. And remember when I came back, like I kind of, you and Kai were there, and y'all was having a conversation. I kind of just disappeared for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I was in this place. I can only call it like a realm between where spirits are before they come through a birth canal. And I saw C.
Yeah.
Like it sounds so crazy, but I saw our child.
But not so crazy,
And
because when you said it, Kai and I were both like, and maybe because we were so close, I don't know if we could feel it too, but you made sense.
It was like, okay, so this is how I'm gonna explain it. You know, I went through that my Dragon Ball Z phase. So it was like when I can't even think of his name, but when he goes to see the god on that the turtle god, and it was like she was in this house, not in this house. There was this house behind him, and he was sitting on a cloud, floating, and he himself was meditating. And it looks like he saw me, and he was peeking his eyes open. And I was like, "All right, son, you." Well, I take that back, because we didn't know.
We sure didn't know at that point.
So I was like, "Okay, baby, like I'm tired. You gotta come. My blood pressures are starting to rise. Like I don't want to have a C-section. I want you to come out naturally." I was like, "Okay, let me give you a tour of your life."
I'm in a constant state of, if I just close my eyes for 3 minutes, I may feel a little bit better.
Just
a little bit.
It is a constant state of being tired. I have convinced myself that you will be exhausted for the rest of your life, and that has to be okay. So I coined it. It's I am beautifully exhausted, because I love our son. I love watching him explore the world. I love sometimes just staring at him and as he stares back, oh my God, he does this thing where
Yes.
you're feeding him and he's just staring at you and like you're the best person in the world, and it's such a warm feeling in your heart.
When people say that it is like your heart is outside of your body, at first I was just kind of like, no. It was probably 4:30 in the morning, and I'm feeding him, and it was like he just looked at me, and it's like, am I looking at myself? But you're your own person. But I also see you.
Because you're definitely looking at me. I'm sorry. It's okay. And it's also been an adjustment, right? Because we have to move differently.
Yes.
We have a third wheel. You know, it's our new best friend who was with us everywhere. So we can't stay out as late as we used to.
I'm usually pop locking and dropping it on the bar. But you know, now I'm pop locking in, you know, the car seat. Which is okay. I'm fine with it.
Did you just say you pop locking the car?
The car seat, yeah. We have a doona.
What is wrong with you?
That's what's happening. But you know what? While it is an adjustment, and I feel like I'm still in the process of the adjustment, I feel myself becoming such a better person from it.
I think I decided to do this show because it's important. Trans visibility is important, but more importantly, I feel that it is vitally important for people to understand the difference between sex and gender, and to know that it's 2022 and men have babies.
What you have here is unconventional. So for those people who say this isn't a family, how do you respond to them?
We're not here for people who are at that place. If you are so blind to love and to respect and to the possibility that the world has to offer you, that you don't think that what is in this house is a family, there's no way I'm gonna reach you.
But we decided to have a baby and we're living with HIV, right? So,
yeah. Which comes with its own level of outside opinions, people, you know, not understanding.
Why would you want to do that to your child?
Not knowing that it is so possible
for your baby to be born without HIV.
From people that are living with HIV. Message, if you didn't know.
So, let's explain the process of this, right? Because people don't understand. So, as long as a person is adhering to their cocktail, it's a cocktail.
So, as long as you take in your pills every day as you're supposed to, like your doctor tells you to,
and you allow yourself, that will help you get to an undetectable status.
That means there's so little HIV in your body that when they do your blood work, they like,
is it
where's it at? It's still there. I'm not saying it's gone, but they gotta really search to find it.
So, as long as you take your medication, you adhere to it, you become undetectable, that means that you're untransmittable.
Which means that not only can you not pass on the virus while you're having sex, you can also have babies.
Yes. And so what we've learned through the process, because we're both undetectable, we've had our child, they tested the baby at birth. They still put the baby on AZT, which is one of the original HIV medications, to make sure that because the test at birth have the antibodies of the birthing parent. So they put the baby on the AZT for 30 days. After 30 days, they retest the baby. Baby more than likely is negative as long as the parents both were negative. And then they test the baby again at 4 months to ensure that the baby is negative. And after that, there are no more tests needed because the baby is HIV negative.
For me, it was a lack of sex education, a lack of knowledge around how HIV worked, how it's transmitted. And so I was in college, living in Atlanta, Georgia, and I heard about HIV, didn't really know much about being gay, didn't know much about how to have gay sex. So I was like, okay, well, I'm in school, I'm getting good grades, I don't have to worry about things like that. And so I'm thotting and bopping, we gonna call it that. And I was actually doing a research study, and you come in every 6 months for a routine HIV test, and this was probably my third visit, and I was kind of nervous because I knew that there was some people that I didn't use a condom with, but I was kind of like, it's okay. So I go get tested, wait 30 minutes, and the researcher comes back in, and she's like, well, your HIV test came back preliminary positive. I thought you said you were using condoms.
It's estimated there are 3,000 HIV-positive people in the county who don't know they're infected, meaning they could unknowingly be spreading the virus to others.
The southeastern U.S. is the epicenter of America's epidemic. These states make up 44% of people living with HIV, and they make up half of all new HIV diagnoses.
So that was, of course, like that life-altering moment of like, okay, this is a whole shift in my life, my narrative, what my future looks like, which was a struggle at first. Went into a depression. Didn't want to tell anybody because I was like, I didn't want, I was already judging myself, so I could only imagine what it was like for me to tell somebody else and have them look at me differently. But it got to the point to where I had started medication, ended up having an allergic reaction to it in front of my family while I was at home. So I had to end up telling them, which was a whole ordeal in itself, but they actually were really supportive and were like, we're going to help you find a really good doctor and figure out what medication is going to work for you. And once I told my family, it was like, okay, well, once my family knows. So I was able to kind of start the process of loving myself again, and really getting back to wanting to not just survive, not just live, but to actually thrive. And that was a journey, but it was something that I wouldn't change one bit because it has led me to truly figure out what it means to live in my purpose.
How come I don't remember the time that you said we first met? I just wish I remembered.
Because
I racked my brain about it. So
you weren't checking for me. I can't.
But I find that very surprising because you're quite handsome. So
It's all right. When it was time, you was ready.
I was ready, and I never got you out of my head. Did you know they say you're supposed to meet people in the church? In the church house is where I met my lover.
Is that how that song goes?
No, that's my song. It's an original.
That's fine. You good for a jingle.
Now, I want to relax you a little bit, so what I'd like for you to do is close your eyes right where you are and just hear the quiet. Yeah. And now that you're settled, think about your one, your wife, your husband, your fiance, your partner. Think about when you absolutely knew that this was your one. You knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that this person belonged to you and you would belong to him or her. Think about that moment. Now, for those of us who've been together a long time, it's lots of moments, so you have to filter through, right? But go to the beginning. Yep, that's it. I can tell by your faces. That's that space. Okay, open your eyes. You're refreshed, you're smiling, and that's good. Let's start over here. Alphonso, when did you know?
So it was actually really early. So I think it might have been our second or third date, and Jamel had just met my mom and my brother, and we were sitting outside just having a conversation, talking about the date, and the moon was shining, and it was the light that hit his eyes, and as I looked at him, I could see all of him. He was very open with me. He was very vulnerable, and I loved what I saw. And I said, you know, in that moment, having somebody that was able to be all of themselves with me and allowed me that same space, I could do this for the rest of my life.
Beautiful. You know who's next. Jamal.
So just thinking back, there were a lot of times where I thought I knew, but the moment I was absolutely sure was in that delivery room. I was in some excruciating pain, and Alphonso just kind of held me so firmly, but so gently, and he labored with me. And I knew at that moment that those walls that were still there, that I could let them go, that I was in a safe place, and I wanted to spend my life with him.
Powerful, right? That's so powerful. Yes. Right, our stories are important. It's good to hear that, isn't it?
Extremely.
I know, I almost married him.
Okay.
A lot of the struggles and challenges that we have in our relationship have taught us so much about ourselves.
Yes.
And have helped us heal part of those insecurities and those flaws.
That was my challenge. Jamel has really given me space to figure out myself, because there were a lot of things from my past that I was still healing from, that was coming back up in our relationship, that he was like, whoa, that is not my shit. You don't have to bring that here. So he allowed me some space to let some of that go. We were such different people then.
Oh yeah, I was in a horrible place in life, actually. I was like a shell of myself. Maybe that's why I don't remember. But I will never forget when I finally did recognize you. Sitting over there in that pew. And boy, you be churching. I think you was doing your
clarity.
You was doing your
I
little.
don't be churching.
You be churching, boy.
You gotta tap in when the spirit is happy. You gotta tap in and get what you need.
You just tapped in. I just remember seeing you over there bouncing your little hair, and you was singing. And then next thing I know, you was in front of me.
Yeah. I had to make sure you saw me that time.
To give me a hug. And that electrifying feeling. I've never felt it before.
It was something very, electrifying is probably a really good word. I'm a hugger, so I hug a lot of people, and you know that. But you can tell when you connect with somebody, and it's almost like you've just known them.
Now, I don't remember though. Did I add you on Facebook, or did you add me on Facebook?
I think you added me on Facebook.
Probably, because I could not stop thinking about you after that. Oh, that makes you feel good.
I bet you I could tell you what your profile picture was when you added me.
Which was?
You were sitting on a couch like you are now. You had on a pink sweatshirt with your brown hat. I'm going to pull it up for you.
I have no idea what picture you're talking about.
It's okay. I'm going to show it to you.
But I do remember adding you, and I remember being so excited when you accepted me. And I remember looking for you every Sunday, and then still trying to figure out, well, how do I talk to this person? I started so many Facebook messages, and it was like, nah, that's stupid. No, don't tell him you have gone through all his pictures all the way back to 2008.
Oh, so
yeah, I went back. I was
that's how you get to know a person.
A little transformation here.
I've been through some things.
But that is perfect peace.
Yeah.
Those Productions.
I'm probably the biggest challenge in our relationship.
Don't do that. Because we both have our...
We do have our things.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning, and it can rise up sometime, insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, we have different upbringings.
Very similar in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And also very different.
Very different in other ways. Alphonso very much so was a southern boy, and I'm very much so a city boy.
I'm like a city country boy. If that makes any sense. Like I'm born in the country, and like my family is, you know.
But your ideas of like respectability, politics, and
right.
and following rules and laws at all
Very
times.
country. But I love being amongst busyness. So
yeah, but I'm thinking more value based.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know I was trans though? When you
right. What at what point?
At what? So okay. So in that beginning pursuit, because you sought me out for that hug. Like we was on different sides of the church.
Mm-hmm.
So did you know then?
I didn't.
When did you find out?
Somebody from the church actually told me.
Did they tell you because you were expressing interest?
Mm-hmm. They were actually interested. And I'm not going to do all of that. But no, because somebody that you were at church with, they were like, "Oh yeah, what did you know? So and so and so," and I was like, "Oh, no." But I also didn't appreciate it because I don't like when people tell other people's business like that.
I don't care about that. I want to know how it was. That part of the reason why it took us so long.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I had to go through a lot of internal things to figure out. Okay, I don't really know. I have never dated a trans man before. I don't know what it's gonna look like in terms of pursuit. And I still didn't know a whole lot about you, but I was thankful because once I did that, I was like, well, I don't even know a whole lot about you, so let me start there.
So at all those, oh no, I'm busy, but you being like, this nigga's trying.
I mean, I was busy in my defense, and also it was okay. Let me get myself together because I didn't want to be somebody that was just attracted to you because of that.
Well, you know.
What do I know?
High commodities in these streets.
Oh well, yes, but I know there's more to you than that.
No, absolutely.
And I'm appreciative of the fact that I needed that time.
So that's interesting though, because I never been romantically interested in a man, and so we both were on our own opposite sides.
Yeah, figuring stuff out.
Trying to figure out, well, how do we make this work? Do we even try this? That makes sense.
What was it about me? Because I mean, wow.
You just fine.
I
was like, oh God, that man is gorgeous. I think what really got me though was your Halloween outfit when you were Olivia Pope. Like, I talk with all the time. Like,
wow.
That was the moment I realized I was attracted to femininity and not just to women.
And you have taught me that I am attracted to masculinity, not necessarily a body part. I didn't mean to.
Boom.
I didn't mean to point.
In my judgment.
I didn't mean to do that.